slow-moving storm sitting over the city of Greeley in Weld County. That's led to as much as 4+ inches worth of rainfall in just about 2 hours. And for context, that is about a quarter of Greeley's average annual rainfall. And that's led to significant flooding in and around the downtown area, as well as just to the east of the city, where we're seeing some of that rainfall again pile up to the tune of 4.4 inches worth of rainfall. Seeing one report there from downtown Greeley, 4.4 inches worth of rainfall. That is obviously a ton of water for this part of the country, and this is all due to these just prolific downpours we've been talking about for the last little while. So we're going to run through some images that we've seen from some of that heavy rainfall, and we can show you just the rain that has led to, and again, in some cases, 4.4 inches worth of rain. And remember here, folks, when we're talking about 12 inches worth of water standing water on a roadway, that is enough to potentially lead to your car being swept away. So all it takes is about, sometimes even as little as 6 inches worth of rainfall, but 12 inches worth of rain or water on a roadway will lead to that possibility of your car being swept away. So the old motto here, folks, turn around, don't drown. If you do come up to a water-covered roadway, turn around, find an alternate route, whether it be a different roadway. But if you're joining us really from Greeley right now, where we do have that flash flood warning continuing at least until the bottom of the hour, until 3:30 Mountain Time, just do not.
We've lost our bridge here. It's covered over. And that usually narrow and deep creek bed there, which is City of Greeley drainage, is nearly to the top in some places. Thankfully, it empties into Ethel Park, which I'm assuming is probably flooded right now. Haven't had a rainstorm like this in years.
Really just completely submerged in water. So again here, folks, please do not head outdoors unless you absolutely have to. And in that case, again, you come to a water-covered roadway, it's probably too deep to drive through, so find that alternate route and make sure you get from point A to point B safely, and don't take any chances. Again, with the amount of rain that we've seen, we're really going to be looking at the potential for water rescues, for again, for significant things of that sort. And we've just, again, talked about so much rain in such a short amount of time. We're just not used to that kind of rainfall here in this part of the country. I mean, here in Denver, for example, we average just about a little over 14 inches worth of rainfall a year. Greeley averages about 14.5 inches of rain a year. So when you get 4.4 inches of rainfall in about 2 hours, that is just a ton of water, and that can lead to big issues. In fact, just seeing a couple of new reports up there from the Greeley area, from Garden City, which is outside of...
This is a really bad rainstorm. We've lost our bridge here. It's covered over. And that usually narrow and deep creek bed there, which is City of Greeley drainage, is nearly to the top in some places. Thankfully, it empties into Ethel Park, which I'm assuming...
I can't emphasize enough here, folks. We can't absorb that kind of water in this part of the state, in this part of the country altogether. So, again, right now, in downtown Greeley, reports of significant, and I'm quoting there from the Greeley Police Department, significant flash flooding between 8th and 11th Street and from 14th Avenue east. And you can see it with these images. I mean, just the amount of water that we've gotten is just way too much water for the ground to handle, and that is leading to all those flood issues at this point. On the radar right now, a little bit of good news to pass along, at least for our friends up in Greeley, where we have seen a little bit in the way of some calmer weather for the moment. Your flash flood warning there in central Weld County does continue until the bottom of the hour, till 3:30 Mountain Time. We do have some storms that are trying to develop off to your west. They're more into Larimer County. We do, by the way, have a flash flood warning around Masonville in central Larimer County, and that goes until 5:15 Mountain Time. That does include the city of Masonville, and that is going to be also including parts of the Big Thompson River, the Redstone Creek, Cedar Creek, Dry Creek, Indian Creek, and Buckhorn Creek. And this is all around the Cameron Peak. This is right around the Cameron Peak burn scar area. So you're probably going to be looking at mudslides, rock slides, debris flows. So please avoid that area if at all possible. This would be right around just the south of Highway 14 there, out of LaPorte and Fort Collins. So again, Cameron Peak Scar area, avoid that right now. We did have a flash flood warning there earlier on. That has been reissued with some more slow moving.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Developing to the south and west of Denver. These are also kind of trickling their way off to the north and east. Now about to move their way into I-25. So for those of you getting ready to commute home from work, from the DTC on north into Denver, we're about to get a pretty good little storm moving its way right over downtown and points south of there. That would include Hampton and 225, Hampton and 25 down through the 225-25 merger and on north to about downtown and points south there. Downtown on north, no action really yet for us, but these storms are likely. What happens when we get these thunderstorms? They produce. If you ever stood outside ahead of a summer thunderstorm, you know that cool breeze you get. That's what we call an outflow boundary. That's just a geeky weather term for the cool breeze you get ahead of a thunderstorm. And that outflow boundary, when you get two of these, three of these to collide, it forces the air to rapidly rise, and it produces more thunderstorms. So kind of think about, it's a bit of a domino effect. It's a snowball effect where you get one storm that produces that wind, you get another storm to the north, and boom, those collide, and you get these big storms to develop. And that's what we could be looking at as we hit over the next couple of hours. And so Denver right now, again, downtown on south, we're about to get a pretty good little storm. West side of the city, southwest side of the city getting a storm. We're about to see that move its way into the downtown area as well. Again, this would be probably from the DTC on north to downtown, and maybe even as far north as, say, Rhino, Federal Heights, and parts of Westminster, and even, again, some of the fringes of Adams County. This would be mainly Jeffco, though, and into Denver County. But back over here, we've been looking at all these images from Greeley in northern Colorado. We do have that flash flood warning in place. Again, Greeley, fortunately, you are dry right now, but I don't think you're done with the rain, at least not yet for the day. And, of course, at this point, the ground cannot handle any more water. We get another downpour, and that's going to lead to more of these big issues for us there in central Weld County and throughout the Greeley area. So looking off to your west, it looks like Longmont on north to Loveland, really I-25 on west. And we'll call it Larimer and maybe even the far northern fringes there of Adams counties. We do have that very slow-moving storm that's kind of trying to trickle its way off to the east. Lines getting hit by a storm just now, and that's about to move into Berthoud, Campion, Loveland on east and the Longmont and Meade. As that storm does crawl its way off to the east, I would expect some of the storms to cross I-25 and perhaps reach Greeley once again, which is not great news. Again, we don't need the rainfall there in Greeley after what we saw earlier on. So Greeley, look on out. We're not done with the rain yet, but you are getting a needed breather. So hopefully things will clear on out. Meantime, east of DIA and the airport, out by Bennett, Strasburg, and I-70, Byers, Deer Trail, that area, we have a slow-moving storm crawling its way through central Arapahoe County. It's kind of starting to budge more into eastern Arapahoe County. That would kind of intersect where I-70 dips south out of Byers. That's where you're going to see that storm move to here over the next hour or so. But look for some flash flooding. Did have a severe thunderstorm warning out that way earlier on as well. This is kind of just on the fringes of the metro area. This would be east of the racetrack there, the Arapahoe County racetrack, and east of there is where you're seeing that storm continue to pull its way off to the east. Again, Denver right now about to get hit by a little storm. This doesn't look to be, at this point, severe or close to it, but expect some downpours. And again, the big threat for today, without doubt, it's going to be flash flooding throughout the entire front range. We do have a flash flood watch that runs until tonight. So keeping that in mind, off to the south, we have seen some slow-moving storms develop around Colorado Springs as well. Downtown, okay. Downtown Colorado Springs, okay. It's eastern El Paso County. You get some storms also by Fountain Fort Carson, seeing some storms just the south of downtown Colorado Springs, and then back off to the north again. We've been tracking and showing you all these images from Greeley for a reason. 4.4 inches worth of rainfall reported in downtown Greeley. That is a big problem, folks. That is way, way, way too much water for the ground to handle in a very short time span. That's again going to be a big problem as we head over the next few hours, and especially some more storms that could potentially move their way in. We'll be tracking it for you here on 9 News Watch, and also Chief Meteorologist Kathy Sabin's in the building, so she'll be on giving you updates at 4, 5, 6, as well as at 9 and 10 tonight here on 9 News. So lots of different ways to catch us and keep you updated on this developing situation downtown Greeley. But for now,